Hello, everybody. I'm your host, Eric Bird, here at StopStrugglingNow.com. And today, I have to discuss a few things. Some people are out here blaming people for actually talking about FTX. FTX sent money, sending sponsorships because they had a boatload of it. And then, therefore, people talked about it. And they're getting dragged here on YouTube streets. Well, I'm going to talk about it a little bit today, and I'm going to give you my point of view on this subject matter. And you guys know the names, the Grand Steffens, the Meet Kevins, the Andrei Jeikh, Jeremy from Financial Education, and others. But I'm going to get into the others as well. And when you start trying to blame somebody for your own investments, remember you're always supposed to do your own due diligence. But we're going to talk about it a little bit more, so please stay tuned. And of course, we always have solutions here, ladies and gentlemen. So stay tuned and welcome. Stop struggling now, gear. Check. And please like, subscribe, and click the bell below so you get the latest updates. Now, let's get to it. All right, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Before we get into this is going to be an interesting video. You can make the comments down below about your point of view. And please share the videos. Not this video, maybe another video. We have a lot of videos because I talk about several different things. And don't miss our live streams on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday evenings. So hopefully I'll see you there as well. Now, let's get into this, shall we, ladies and gentlemen? There's one thing about investing. There's one thing about putting your money into something. It doesn't matter if it's crypto, real estate, a bank. It does not matter. Stock market, you're giving your money to someone else if you leave your money on a crypto exchange. You're giving your money to someone else when you take your money down and put it in a bank. You're giving your money when you have a 401k from your workplace and you say, hey, take out 10% and send it here every paycheck. You have lost control. The person that was the messenger, they are not responsible for where your money is sitting. If I say I bank with B of A, I love them, I've been going there for 20 years, which is not true, just an example, and I say they've been treating me real nice, and then you go there and B of A files bankruptcy and they've been jacking people, as you know, how are you going to blame the messenger? You should be upset at the person that did the damage, not the person that was the messenger. This also leads to the fact that I alluded to when we started this video. When you put your money anywhere, you are fully responsible for it. No one else. So you have to take your risk. Every time you depart with money, no matter what you're doing, you are taking a risk. You don't think about it in those terms. A lot of people don't. When I go down and buy some food and I get it off the grocery shelf, I took a risk with the food that I bought when I opened the box or when I opened the can or when I went to the vegetable aisle and bought that fruit or vegetables. When I got home and I opened the box, I go and slice open that apple. There's something wrong with it. That was a risk. I have two options in that case. I can either go back or I sit there and say, damn, okay, whatever. It's not worth going back for $2. All right. So that's a risk, but you don't look at it that way. But investing is a whole different animal. The nature of investing is you're supposed to only put in what you can afford to lose. You do your due diligence. That means you, not somebody else because they're make $1 million, not somebody else because they're worth $1 billion. This is the fallacy that's going on here in America and around the world. Because if somebody successful has a bunch of whatever you think success is, you follow because you don't think that it can fail. But that's not how it works. If you know, on average, millionaires fail 17 times before they're millionaires, on average. All right, let me get into it because let me show you what's been happening in the YouTube streets. Look at this, ladies and gentlemen. See these famous figures right here? These guys have large channels. You know who these people are. Look at this. I'm just going to scroll through here. I put in FTX, Meet Kevin, Graham Stephan. That's it. I just put in their two names. I didn't put in Andrei Jeikh. I didn't put in Jeremy, but look at these guys getting dragged because FTX paid them a boatload of money. Just like them, I receive emails. I receive contact from people that says, hey, will you promote our stuff? We'll give you X amount of dollars. Most of the time I say, no, I'm not going to do it. 99% of the time. All right. But it's not because of there's certain reasons why, but it has nothing to do with I did due diligence, they're worthless and all that. It just pretty much, I said, no, I don't want to do that. That's pretty much it. These guys, they have huge channels. And if somebody comes to them and says, hey, we'll give you $100,000 just to mention FTX, and the company, by all accounts, the guy, Sam Bankman-Fried, is in the Capitol with senators, with bankers. They are vetting him, so to speak. They are saying this guy's legitimate. Nobody's thinking he's out here borrowing billions of dollars. How are you thinking that the FTX is going to be bankrupt? They're faking it like a real bank. Like they're the Federal Reserve, just printing money out of thin air, creating money out of thin air. That's what they did with their token, and then they borrowed against it. That's just what the banks do, ladies and gentlemen. The Federal Reserve does. This is what Wall Street does. This is why people got into crypto. But look at all of these videos that people are making about these 2, 3, 4 guys, when there's damn near 100 guys that was talking about FTX. I wasn't one of them, but that doesn't matter. There was still there's more than 4 or 5 people that was talking about FTX because there's other larger channels as well. But everybody wants to take down and blame these guys when you're responsible. Again, this is why what we do here at Stop Struggling Now is we talk about the myriad of different business opportunities that come up. We can't win them all. You guys know this. Apparently, a lot of other people don't know this. Look at this. This is all the videos just on the first page about these guys getting dragged. Like they were supposed to know somehow that this guy over here, Sam Bankman-Fried, was actually borrowing money, setting up the other businesses off of a token, then borrowing money on the other businesses, and then going around spending it. How would they know that? From all accounts, you have hundreds of thousands of people on an exchange. It's the third largest exchange, second largest exchange by volume, depending on what day of the week it is. So how are they supposed to know? Some people are going to comment down below, oh, you're taking up for these guys. No, I'm taking up for investing. This is capitalism, ladies and gentlemen. I'm not going to hold somebody else responsible for something that I put my money into after they told me about it. And then I say, oh my God, we have some things that we have put our money into over the last 2, 3 years, and it has failed miserably. But I'm not going to blame the messenger. I'm going to blame the person that's running the thing. That's it. So let me get into this a little further. Look at this. It just keeps going on and on and on. Like these guys are the only ones that was talking about FTX, and FTX gave these guys the only millions of dollars worth of advertising when that's far from the truth. And they're not even the biggest players on the planet. So I want to get you guys to understand something. Here's the stock market today. When a stock market company goes out of business, so we're out here promoting things like Coinbase, right? If Coinbase goes out of business, now you're going to blame all the YouTubers that said, hey, go get Coinbase, get your free $10. Or if Robinhood goes out of business, hey, get your free stocks from Robinhood and Webull. So you're going to blame, what, the YouTubers because they said go over there and put your money on there and get your free stocks from Robinhood and Webull? What kind of crazy is this? And I'm going to give you something else, because 30 or 40% of the country or more, they don't care about this guy right here. I'm just showing you. Let me just show this right here. Look at this. Look at this. This dude is president of the United States, but you didn't blame him when he went over here and messed up all of these companies. 13, by the way, and there's more that you don't know about that's outside the country. All the investors, all the people that was saying invest in this, invest in that company, invest in this company, give us your money. You guys didn't care that he didn't give them back their money. He was on TV making advertisements promoting all of these. And then some. The ACN video phone is another one. But your guys still said, oh, you're good enough to be president. But yet I'm seeing these guys getting dragged who are ordinary citizens sitting here getting dragged by I don't even know how many people on YouTube. Some are sticking up for them, but a minority. And I'm sticking up for them as well, simply from the standpoint of, as a YouTuber and a person that's trying to help people, you're not thinking that they're the largest, one of the biggest players on the planet in crypto is actually doing fraudulent activity. Because you would think the banks would know, like Blackrock, who invested in them, Sequoia Capital, who gave them money, you would think they would have vested them. You would think all these big time companies and corporations and hedge funds would have vetted them. So why would an ordinary person that's on YouTube who's able to gather up information think any different when the biggest guys on the planet with the most amount of money is investing in FTX and giving Sam Bankman fried? That's right, he's fried, ladies and gentlemen. He's getting money. Come on, think about this. Look at this right here. FTX spent hundreds of millions of dollars on sports marketing on road to bankruptcy. Now, FTX Arena, all right? FTX F1 Sports, right? FTX MLB for the umpires to wear it on their chest, on their jersey and their gear. TSM FTX. How many of these are we going to keep going on? Are you going to blame these guys for at the MLB games, at the NBA games, at the college games? Are you guys going to blame them? Who are you holding responsible when they even had a further reach than the guys on YouTube? These guys have millions of people watching these games, TV shows every other day. Come on. This is craziness. Look at this. Tom Brady, Trevor Lawrence, Stephen Curry, Naomi Osaka, Shahi Atani. I don't know this guy. I think he's baseball. I mean, I kind of know, but he's baseball. I don't know how to pronounce his name. And look, equity stakes in FTX. They have equity stakes. And you know who they left out of here? Mr. Wonderful. We're going to get to that too. You know who else they left out of here? Look at all these famous people. Check this out. Our partners. This is on the ftx.us website. All right. So we're not going to, we have the Miami Heat Arena. It's sitting on the floor. It's outside. Hundreds of thousands of people are at every game and millions are watching on TV when they have their TV games. MLB, umpires wearing their gear since 2021. All right. Tom Brady has an equity stake and an ambassador and everything in the commercial during the Super Bowl. Gazelle Bunchen, also an investor, shareholder, ambassador. Stephen Curry, like I mentioned. Look at here, FTX Arena, Golden State Warriors has it on the scoreboard. So not only is it the Miami Arena, it's on the scoreboard at the Golden State Warriors facility. Here it is again at the arena in Miami Heat. F1, Mercedes. Are you guys calling them up and dragging them, putting them in your pictures? Here is the tennis star. She's FTX getting sponsored. Of course. You're going to give me $200,000, $300,000? You're in exchange. No big deal. Hey, Blackrock, Sequoia, all these dudes have invested hundreds of millions of dollars into you. Why would I not think it's okay to accept $200,000, $300,000, $500,000 to put your name across my chest? Mr. Wonderful. shareholder, ambassador. You're going to go up to him and run all over his Twitter and YouTube channels and everything and say, hey, man, you need to apologize. You should have known better. How? All right, ladies and gentlemen, Shaquille O'Neal. You're going to jack him too? I mean, how many people are you going to go for here? Trevor Lawrence, #1 pick? Come on, guys. You're responsible. David Ortiz. Udonis Haslam. FTX field at Cal Berkeley Bears University. And it just keeps going on and on. FTX esports and all that. So you're going to keep dragging these guys, these YouTubers. You can say what you want. You could say, hey, maybe they shouldn't have. And how would they know is all I'm going to say. And you're responsible for your money. So how come you didn't know? That's the question. You said, I believe in these guys because they generally steer me in the right direction and it makes sense to me. So then just like anybody else that said, hey, that Tom Cruise movie was awesome. You should go check it out. So you spend your money, 20, 30, 50, 40, depends on what you buy there. You spent money, but again, because it wasn't thousands of dollars and it was only $50 to $75, you don't think of it as risk. But you took the advice, went to go see the movie, and whether you thought it was good or bad, some people said it's bad. So I got to say, hey, man, I wasted all this money when I went there. Other people go, oh, it was worth every penny. It's not your responsibility or their responsibility to make sure everything is good. It's your responsibility. This accountability for yourself and your activity should be of utmost importance. So don't try and blame some YouTuber. All right? That's all I'm going to say about that, ladies and gentlemen. And I'm going to end this with the scam scenario. BlockFi tells customers withdrawals still paused due to significant exposure to FTX. So here we are. BlockFi. People promoted BlockFi. So now what are you going to do? You're going to go all over the internet for everybody that promoted BlockFi and say, hey, man, you guys should apologize. BlockFi backed by, you know who, hedge funds, banks, big time guys on Wall Street, big time people in government. They're licensed in certain jurisdictions. How the hell would anybody know that you wouldn't be able to withdraw your money? All I can say is this, ladies and gentlemen. You always do your own due diligence. Don't blame anybody else for whatever happens. It's your money. Don't invest then. You have billions of people who don't invest because they're scared. Other people invest because they're taking a risk and taking a chance to improve their life or their financial stabilities. That's each and every individual situation. You have to make that determination by your due diligence, and don't sit around and blame somebody else like, oh, it's their fault because some other person that's running the business messed it up. And with all that said, thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. And please like, subscribe, and click the bell below so you get the latest updates. And I know it's hard out here, ladies and gentlemen. This is the reason why I started the channel. We're trying to speed up the timeline on financial freedom. And crypto, which came along in the last 13 years, this was potentially, in certain ways, some people were able to speed up the timeline. But crypto is resorting to what banks and hedge funds and insider trading and all that has been over the last 100 years and in the fiat industry. And the same thing is happening in crypto. Same players are involved in crypto. Same lawyers. It's remarkable. So they're basically doing the same thing. So therefore, not your keys, not your crypto. So leaving your crypto at exposure in a BlockFi, in a Nexo, in a Celsius, in a FTX, in a Binance, in any exchange, in a crypto.com. You are at high risk because you don't have your crypto. Just like if banks fail and your money's in a bank, you're not getting it back. All right? Same similar scenarios, but are you going to blame the messenger or are you going to blame the people that are running the banks? Come on, ladies and gentlemen. It's your responsibility to take care of your funds, your money, and make sure you can get a hold of it in case something happens. No one's else's responsibility. Let me know what you think down below. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, you know I talked about some solutions, right? Because if you want to invest in crypto, wouldn't it make much sense for you to have something that's backed by actual real businesses that's licensed and regulated? Backed by commodities that's also licensed and regulated. Commodities, in case you don't know, oil, gold, silver, natural gas, water, platinum, rhodium, things like that. Well, search the channel for the Debtbox node. Search the channel for the cash flow NFT. Because if that's what you're talking about, that's a little bit more than just thin air tokens that are valued based on what somebody's willing to buy it for. These are backed by real world businesses that are operating now. Think about it. All right, have to wrap this up. And with all that said, keep your head up, keep moving, and I'm out.